What's up, agents? Jetforth here, and today I figured, why not? Let's start going over some of the stuff that we can be doing now to prepare ourselves for the inevitable 2.0 release. Now, Gear 2.0, this whole overhaul of the game, isn't coming anytime soon. Maybe 2 months, 3 months. I do feel as though that is being a bit generous for a time span, but the year anniversary for the game is on March 15th, so you know, cross your fingers that they're shooting for that. Somehow I doubt it, though. A quick PSA on this, though, as I have been getting some comments because I keep saying PTS. No, they did not say they are going to have a PTS for this. However, what they said that they are not going to have a PTS for is Episode 3. So you would think with all of this and everything that they're doing with Gear 2.0 that they're going to have a PTS for it. Yeah, but they did not say that they are not going to. Episode 3 is what is not getting the PTS. So other than that, rest of intro, blah, 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 like, comment, subscribe, and let's just dive into some of the things to prepare for. The number one thing that you are going to want to do is stockpile credits. Lots and lots of money is what you want. That is definitely something that you want to be doing now. If you get 1 million credits, get 1 million more, because the prices of crafting and recalibration are going up. And also the loot will be dropping less frequently in the game, meaning less to sell. So credits. Along with credits, I would also try and get the DZ credits, money, cash, whatever they call it in there, and start stockpiling some of that. Now, I know we are mainly a PvE community, but I do highly recommend going in there, going to the back doors of the occupied DZ, go take out landmarks and whatnot, and start getting some credits. You get a lot in there rather fast. Because once Gear 2.0 happens, the Thieves' Den vendor is most likely going to have a lot of gear that we are going to want to get our hands on, because it should be high leveled, assuming the game kind of stays the way it is now, where Casey, Mendoza, and the Thieves' Den vendor sell 500 gear. So hopefully they will be selling high level gear, so you can go in there, buy some new stuff. Hopefully they will have some of the new talents, and yeah, that's about it for that. I cannot emphasize enough. Money, lots and lots of money. You want lots of credits. One more time, credits. The next thing that you want to start keeping your eye out for is a 500 gear. Anything that is gear scored 500, you might want to start stashing it away, because out of all the tweets and everything and all the stuff they said is that gear score 500 upon the initial gear conversion will have higher rolls than anything else. For now, I'm not saying to delete anything that's under 500 gear score. You know, maybe go through it. If it's not that great of a roll, or you just threw something in there because you thought eventually you would use it, you know, maybe sell it, maybe not. I'm just, you know your gear better than I do, but I am going to go through my stash and start replacing stuff with 500 gear scored items. Now, another thing about gear is with the new library system and extracting talents and extracting attributes, is you are also going to want to hang on to pieces of gear with at least one of each talent. So as soon as the Gear 2.0 drops, you can go in there and extract the talents off, put them into your library, then they're in there forever, and then you can continually roll that onto any of your gear. These are some of the things that you're going to want to keep in the back of your head while you're out farming for the next month or two, or however long it takes for 2.0 to drop. Now, do not forget, with this wonderful information that I have just bestowed upon you, that only backpacks and chest pieces will have talents on them in the future. So the pieces of gear that you're going to want to save with talents are backpacks and chest pieces, like Berserk and yada yada. So I'm sure you know backpacks and chest piece talents is at this point, I hope. Anyways, next is named gear. You're going to want to hang on to some named gear. You know, the only thing, now all the pieces of named gear are losing their talents, except for backpacks and chest pieces. As far as I'm aware of, those two pieces will keep their talents. All the other gear is losing them. But what those pieces of gear will have are overrolled attributes. So beyond what a god roll can be is what named gear will have. I know everybody loves getting the forge holster, but now would be a good time to be like, hey, if it's 500, throw it in the stash, keep it. You know? Now, for my wonderful skill builders and solo players, Murakami gear and Wyvern wear is now going to be skill based, so you might want to chuck some of that into your stash too. couple of each piece. However they get converted, they are going to be skill-based. I'm not sure about Alp Summit if that's going to be skill-based, because some of the stuff is the same between those pieces of gear, just they haven't showed any yet. So we will have to wait and see. I will keep updating this list and stuff as we go along and we get more information. I'm not updating it every week, but I will update it when we start getting closer. For solo players, you might want to stash away some Badger Tough. It does suck now, but they did say in the state of the game that it's going to be kind of more geared towards the solo player and will be a little bit more hybrid when it comes to brand sets. But everybody should, because I'm kind of intrigued by that, what they meant by it. So yeah, Murakami, Wyvern, skills, solo players, Badger Tough might be kind of hybridy. We will have to wait and see. Now, between you and me, when it comes to the Badger Tough long range pack set.
I really wish I had a complete.
Shut up, Anaya. Really? I don't care about your 5/16th, girl. Now, between you and me, when it comes to the long range pack for the Badger Tough, there is no talent on it. Like, none. So, either I would roll a bunch of them before the change comes in the crafting station, or throw them into your stash when you get them, because that means when the conversion comes around, they got to put a talent on it. So there's that many chances for you guys to get some of the new talents. I'm just saying, not saying, just saying. All right, I'm done. And finally, when it comes to gear sets, stockpile the living crap out of gear sets. One of the reasons why I did not do the vendor resets is because, well, you know, what is there really to buy with all these changes coming, and making this video and me saying probably just buy all the gear sets. Anything that's 500 gear set items, buy it and stash it away, because they seem like they're going to be pretty overpowered. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. I think that about covers gear. Let me jog my brain. I'm pretty sure that covers gear. Next up, we got mods. I'm not too confident on some of the things that I'm going to say in this section. However, I did ask Frederick on Twitter and got a response asking him what is going to happen to all of our mods that is on our gear right now, since we're going down to a 1 mod slot, and a lot of our gear has 3 mod slots, 2 mod slots, and you know how a lot of us love to throw our mods on gear and then put it into our stash so we have extra mods and extra space. Basically what he says is, you gotta deal with that. That is something you are going to have to deal with. Now, before, according to one of my brethren in crime, Freaky Jason said that when we had another update like this, that his mod stash overflowed and he had upwards to like 150 mods in his stash when he can only hold 100. I do not know if they're going to do that again. I hope so, but to be on the safe side, I would go through your mods. And if you have an obnoxious amount of duplicates or whatnot, sell them off, delete them. So now, along the same lines of 500 gear score, theoretically, if it works the same way, 500 gear score mods should convert over higher than anything under that. Now, I'm not saying to go through all your mods and delete them. I wouldn't, but if you have a lot of duplicates, or if your skill mods are like my skill mods where I just have a bajillion of them with like plus this hive skill power and plus this chem launcher power and plus chem launcher power and plus skill whatever power, this power, those are going to convert down into damage and other things, skill haste and, you know, all that shenanigans. But it would be good to slim up on some of those, maybe keep more of the 500 ones and get rid of some of the lower ones. But he did actually say on Twitter, don't delete anything just yet. But that is something you should keep in the back of your heads, is you might want to slim down on your mods to get that 100 range in your backpack, or, you know, some in your stash. Try to get it in a range where you don't have like a quadrillion, because I hate for you guys to lose them. I'd hate to lose them myself. So basically you need a place for your mods to go. Now, next up, this is way down the line of when this update is coming, maybe like a week or a couple days until the update hits, is max out your caches. Max them out. Every character you have, 10 caches per. So that way, that day you first log in to 2.0, you can open up those 10 caches and cross your fingers that you get new named gear, or you could possibly get some of the new talents that are coming. And yeah, that is a definite, you should definitely 100% do that. Now, next is some of the stuff if you're just wondering and you don't really feel like farming and making new builds and you're just kind of lost and don't know what to do, but you still really like playing the game like a lot of us do, is make sure all of your specializations are fully leveled. Even with me having near 1,500 hours in the game, I'm still slacking on my gunner. You know, it is possible that that specialization could turn into a good one. I don't know. I think with a lot of the adjustments that are coming, I think they're gonna adjust specializations a little bit too again. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But level up your specializations. I have to. I'm a bit guilty on that. Also, maybe start a new character. I know a lot of people, one other subscriber commented and he's like, oh, should I start a new character? Yeah, totally, go for it. I have 3 characters. The second one is the one I've been playing now, old Jetalina, my female character. I've also been leveling her up because I'm just out of space on my other character, which I do really have to go through. This is one of those things where I'm kind of glad the changes are coming because he has 12 builds saved on him and just it's a catastrophe over there. So I just left him behind and went to a new character. But think of it this way, with the gear dropping less frequently, this way you have more opportunities to get more gear. So more projects to complete, more invasion missions to do, and so on and so forth. So you will be able to get more gear. I have a feeling it may go along the lines of like Destiny, you know, where you have your weekly and daily engram projects, and that's how we get a lot of the higher end gear. So maybe there's going to be like projects that are going to give like, these are your prime engrams or your prime pieces of gear. This is just me speculating, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, in all honesty. But, you know, wait and see, I guess. So having multiple characters is a good thing. Plus, if the new raid comes out and all this other stuff, you'll have that many opportunities to get the new exotics and new other stuff and whatnot. And like I said, if you're just bored and you want something to do and you still love playing this game and you want to play, grind through a new character. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Out of all the tips that I can give you, though, seriously, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, just have fun. It's a game. I think we all take this game sometimes. I think all of us take this game way too seriously sometimes. I definitely do. Even not in the content creator side. I'll get a little poopy about it. I'll get upset at some of the changes and the things that are coming and, you know, getting murked in the DZ or farmed and all that stuff. Yeah, you know. Have fun. After all, it is a game. That's what video games are for. It's a pastime to have fun. We shouldn't get sometimes we shouldn't get as angry as we do about it. And even with a lot of these changes that are happening, I know that, you know, a lot of people are like, I quit. Or a lot of people are saying, I'm going to leave and I'll come back. Or this is the end of the game. This game is dead. You know, I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. And I know I've seen it a lot, you know, obviously with the amount of comments that I get and with all these changes and my other videos that I made about the changes of me just freely speaking my mind all scatterbrain style about it. Just, you know, I don't want to be overly negative about it and I don't want to be overly positive about it. But the biggest thing for me is that I just want to be honest with you guys, regardless if you disagree with my opinion, regardless if you think I'm whining and crying about it. It's just my either a knee-jerk reaction to what's immediately happening, my first reaction to it, or, you know, I've obviously settled down a little bit and I wouldn't necessarily say it's a more positive aspect, but it's more of open-minded of what's happening. Because, I mean, regardless what side of the opposition you are on, this game needs something. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be balanced. So if this is what does it, then so be it. But I have talked to a lot of you guys, and I think one of my biggest concerns, I guess still, I don't know why I'm going into this now, but whatever, is the puzzle of the build, unlocking everything, getting all the talents to work properly, even if it's like a total trash build, just that you got all those pieces to interweave with one another and get it working. That's the fun part, even if it's a trash build. And I don't want to lose that, but we are losing that. But I do enjoy playing the game and having fun with my friends and talking to you guys. sometimes I don't, you know, whatever. We're just going to leave it at that. I think you know where I'm trying to get with that. So I don't necessarily think that's going to completely kill the game for me to where I quit and throw it away or whatever. But it is something that I'm going to miss because that was one of the bigger parts of how unique the Division 2 was because of how you could build. But I think they're doing this and making it more simplified like this because I think they'll be able to have better control over it, obviously. So if something is ultimately standing way out there, they can maybe hot fix it. I don't know. I'm not a developer, don't know coding, don't know how easy it is, but this game needs to be balanced like really, really bad. So, but yeah, that's it. I'm going to shut up about all of this. Tomorrow, if you want to stick around for that, I'm going to put out that M1A DZ build. I also did swap out. I also do have 2 backpacks for it, so you could swap it out and be a PvE guy with it too. But yeah, it's definitely one of the builds that broke the game, and it is why we are going into this Gear 2.0 change. So I will release that tomorrow. It is obnoxious and annoying. Any of you guys who have been on the past 2 streams of mine have seen it and seen me using it. And yeah, I'll get that out tomorrow because why not? We're going to sit here and talk about these damn changes over and over again. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I just want to play and have fun. So that's it. If I left anything out, if you have any other suggestions or anything that you think people should be doing, or do you think I missed something, or I'm just an idiot, let me know in the comment section down below. Always open-minded. And that's it. I'm done. Hit the old like button for me if you could. Subscribe and all that other junk. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Man, Italian and from Chicago. Hand things go way off. Too much. It started sounding bad. Peace.